My name is Emily Harper. I just turned 29. But the version of me that matters, the one who clawed her way out of nothing, started 13 years ago on a brutal November night in suburban Ohio. Snow was coming down sideways, wind howling like it wanted to rip the roof off. My father looked me dead in the eyes and said, "Get out. We don't have room for a messed up kid like you in this house." I was 16. No coat. No phone. Just a hoodie and sneakers already soaking through. The reason? My little brother Ethan, 13, had dropped the perfect bomb. A lie so sharp, so perfectly aimed at my parents' worst fears, they didn't even question it. 3 hours later I was crumpled on the side of Route 23, ribs screaming, blood freezing on my lip, when headlights sliced through the blizzard. A woman climbed out of her Subaru. No hysterics. She dropped to her knees in the snow, pressed her scarf to my head wound, and said quietly, "Stay with me, sweetheart. Help's on the way. You're not alone." Her name was Dr. Rebecca Lang, Chair of Educational Psychology at Ohio State University. One of the most respected researchers in the Midwest. She had no clue who I was. But she stayed through the ambulance ride, through the ER chaos. And that decision rebuilt my entire future. Before I tell you what happened when I stepped onto the stage at my brother's college graduation as the keynote speaker, when my parents saw my name in the program for the first time in 13 years, let me take you back to how it all started. The slow drip of favoritism that turned into a flood. In our split-level house in Dayton suburbs, love had a decibel level. Ethan's breakdowns were concerts. My quiet victories were elevator music. When I was 12, I took first place at the state science fair. My project, a low-cost water purification system using local materials, beat out 120 entries. I ran home clutching that blue ribbon like it was oxygen. Bursted into the kitchen yelling, "Mom! Dad! I won state!" Mom turned from the stove, gave me a quick hug. "That's my girl. So proud." Then Ethan shuffled in from soccer practice. Face red. Eyes already wet. Coach yelled at me in front of everyone. Said I was useless. Mom's arms dropped from me like I'd vanished. She knelt, pulled him close. "Oh honey. It's okay. We'll talk to Coach tomorrow." I stood there holding cold ribbon. No one asked to see my project photos. No one asked how it felt when the judges announced my name. That was the soundtrack of our home. Ethan was sensitive. Ethan was emotional. Ethan needed shielding. I learned to shrink. To celebrate alone. To need less space. By 14 I stopped bringing home report cards. 4.0 GPA didn't stand a chance against Ethan's D and algebra meltdowns. When I got accepted into a fully funded summer STEM camp at Case Western, 2 weeks working with real biomedical engineers, Dad barely glanced up from his phone. "Cool, Em." Ethan's eyes filled instantly. "Why does she get to leave and I'm stuck here? It's not fair." Mom rubbed his shoulders. "Emily, maybe hold off this year. Your brother needs us around." I didn't fight. I smiled. Said I got it. Declined the spot next day. They called it being mature. I called it disappearing. The lies started small. Ethan borrowing my earbuds, then swearing he hadn't. When I pointed out they were in his backpack, Mom sighed. "Emily, don't turn everything into drama." Then $40 disappeared from Mom's purse. Ethan said he saw me near it that morning. I'd left for school at 6:30. Dad called me into the den after dinner. Voice low. Tight. "Did you take the money?" "No." "Ethan says you did. He's lying. Don't accuse your brother." "But..." "Enough." His fist hit the table. "I'm disappointed in you, Emily. I thought you were better than this." Phone gone for 3 months. The STEM camp spot I'd been promised next summer? Cancelled. "We can't trust you with that kind of freedom right now," Mom said. Ethan watched from the hallway. When they looked away, his lips curved, just a flicker. But I caught it. That was when I understood. He wasn't just getting away with stuff. He was learning exactly how far the leash stretched. And it stretched forever. Pause, soft wind SFX. If you've ever felt like the invisible kid in your own family, smash that like button. Comment older sib or younger sib below. Help stories like this reach people who need them most. Part 2 coming up, the lies get darker. Part 2, escalation and the setup, 740 words. The pattern set like concrete. Broken lamp? My clumsiness. Ethan bombing a test? I should have tutored him harder. School gossip that Ethan was cheating on homework? Obviously I spread it to humiliate him. I stopped defending myself. What was the use? His tears always outweighed my evidence. By 16 I was a ghost at home. Library till closing. Extra credit projects. Friends' basements. Anywhere the air didn't taste like blame. I told myself, 2 more years. Survive till college. Then escape. I was wrong. That November felt heavier. There was a guy, Noah, in my AP Calc class. Quiet. Killer at proofs. Awful at explaining them out loud. He started asking me for help after school. We'd sit in the empty math room, me walking him through derivatives while he scribbled notes. That was it. Homework. Ethan had a huge crush on a girl in his grade, Chloe. He'd hang around her locker, try awkward small talk. I'd seen his phone notes once, Noah plus Chloe with angry scribbles. No, Ethan wanted Chloe. But Chloe kept asking Noah for math help. And Noah kept thanking me. Tuesday after school, Noah caught me at my locker. Hey, thanks for yesterday. Saved my grade. I smiled. No worries. Wanna study Sunday for finals? Library? Sure. He walked off. I turned. Ethan was down the hall near the vending machines. Face pale. Eyes locked. Then he spun and left fast. Dinner that night was tense. Ethan shoved mashed potatoes around. Mom kept asking if he was okay. He shrugged. Silent. Ethan quiet was worse than Ethan crying. Thursday, a guest speaker came to our high school, Dr. Rebecca Lang. She talked about educational trauma and how early rejection changes brain wiring. I stayed after. Asked about resilience research. She listened, really listened. Handed me her card. You've got a sharp mind, Emily. Don't let anyone make you doubt it. I kept that card in my wallet like armor. Friday night the blizzard hit hard. Weather app screaming wind chills below zero. We ate in near silence. Ethan barely touched his food. I felt his stare across the table. Every glance up, he looked away. Around 8:45, sobbing exploded downstairs. Deep, choking cries. Mom's voice. Ethan, honey, what's wrong? Talk to me. More sobs. I froze at my desk. Pen hovering. Dad's voice, sharp as broken ice. Emily. Get down here. Now. Stomach dropped. I walked down slowly. Steps heavy. Ethan curled on the couch, face buried in Mom's sweater. She stroked his hair. Dad stood by the fireplace, arms crossed, face flushed. What's going on? I asked. Ethan lifted his head. Eyes red. For a split second, something cold flashed behind the tears. Then gone. Tell her what you told us, Dad said. Voice flat. Ethan's lip quivered. Why do you hate me so much, Em? What? Why are you trying to destroy my life? Brain blanked. Ethan. I don't. Then explain this. He shoved his phone forward. Screenshot. Group chat. Messages from my number. Cruel stuff. Calling Ethan pathetic. Calling him a baby. Saying Chloe would never date a loser who cries to mommy. My name. My profile pic. I didn't send those. Someone. Stop, Dad barked. Stop lying. I'm not. And Noah, Ethan whispered. You knew I liked Chloe. But you kept meeting him after school. He told his friend you're smart, cute. We were studying. You shoved me yesterday, Ethan said louder. On the basement stairs. Look. He pulled up his sleeve. Fresh bruise, dark purple spreading across his forearm. I stared. I never touched you. Mom stood. Emily. This is serious. If you hurt your brother. I didn't. Then how'd he get that bruise? Dad roared. I don't know. Maybe he. Words hung. Ethan's eyes widened. Fresh tears. You think I'd hurt myself, just to set you up? Voice cracked perfectly. Yes, I shouted, desperate. Because you lie. You've lied about me forever. Dad stepped closer. Is it true? You've been bullying him? Tormenting him? No. Please, listen. I've heard enough, Dad said. Voice cold. Final. Something's wrong with you. You're messed up. That word hit like a punch. Messed up. I'm not. You need help. But right now. He pointed at the door. Get out of my sight. Outside, wind screamed. Snow whipping windows. Dad, it's a blizzard. Where? Not my problem. He turned away. I looked at Mom. Begging. She looked at the floor. Kept her arm around Ethan. I grabbed my hoodie. Hands shaking so hard zipper stuck. Door slammed. Through the glass I saw Ethan watching. No tears. Just a small, satisfied smile. Cold slammed into me like a wall. Snow-stung eyes. Within seconds hoodie soaked, heavy, clinging. I stood on the porch a moment. Waiting. Maybe Dad would open the door. Yell he lost it. Pull me back. Door stayed shut. I started walking. No plan. Just away. Sneakers crunched snow. Teeth chattered uncontrollably. Streetlights blurred into halos. Tried calling my friend Mia. No answer. Friday night, everyone inside, warm, safe. Headed toward the public library on Main. Maybe night security would let me sit till morning. Closed. Windows dark. Bus depot was 2 miles away. If I made it, I could sit under heat lamps, figure out next move. I walked. Breath burned lungs. Snow in mouth tasted like metal. Headlights appeared, then vanished. No one stopped. Halfway, thunder rumbled, rare in November. Lightning turned snow silver. Thought about turning back. Knocking. Begging. But Dad's face, disgust, not anger, stopped me. Messed up kid. Maybe he was right. Maybe I was the problem. Why else always choose Ethan? Depot still a mile off. Snow heavier. Visibility almost zero. Didn't see the SUV till horn blared. Crossing near the intersection. Light green, I swear. But snow plus speed plus zero visibility. Headlights blinding. Tires screeching. I tried jumping sideways. Too slow. Impact. Body thrown. Slammed hood. Then pavement. Pain exploded, ribs, skull, left wrist bent wrong. Snow fell into mouth. Couldn't move. Door slam. Footsteps crunching. Oh my God, oh no. Woman's voice. Kneeling. Hands gentle on face. Sweetheart? Can you hear me? Tried to nod. Nothing. Don't move. Calling 911. Her scarf pressed to head. Warm fingers on freezing skin. What's your name? Eily. Okay, Emily. Stay with me. My parents. I'll call. Number? They don't want me. Hands stilled. What? Said I'm messed up, kicked me out. Silence but wind. Her voice dropped, fierce undertone. You're going to be okay. I promise. Sirens distant. Closer. Her face last thing before black. Hospital beeps fade and woke in pieces. Machines beeping. Antiseptic sting. For cold an arm. Dr. Rebecca's voice. Severe concussion. Fractured ribs. Possible internal bleeding. She stays for observation. Nurse. Family, ma'am? I hit her. I'm staying till someone responsible shows. Time blurred. Then familiar voices. We're Emily Harper's parents. Dad, strained. Rebecca's tone steel. Dr. Rebecca Lang. I struck your daughter. Accident. But she was 16. Alone. In a blizzard. At midnight. Dad stammered. It was, family issue. Discipline. Discipline? Slow repeat. What discipline leaves a child in sub-zero? Silence. She told me you called her messed up. Said you didn't want her. Ethan's voice, small. She's lying. She was out of it. She was conscious enough to know you abandoned her. Footsteps. Rebecca walking away. I'm calling Child Protective Services now. Dad panicked. That's not. The second you sent a minor into a storm, it stopped being private. Police arrived. I cracked eyes. Saw shapes. Dad rigid. Mom crying quietly. Ethan behind, pale. Rebecca noticed. She's waking. Everyone out, she ordered. Door closed. She leaned close. Hand warm on mine. You're safe now. I'm not leaving you. Wanted to believe her. But safe felt like another planet. Next, the hospital choice that changed everything. 3 days in fog. Pain. Meds. Rebecca never left long. Brought books, psych journals, young adult novels, even a tiny succulent. Your brain needs light too, she said. Parents came once. Day 4. Brought duffel, clothes, textbooks, charger. Stood at bed foot like strangers. Glad you're okay, Mom whispered. Dad nodded. You scared us bad. No apology. No explanation. No come home. Ethan didn't show. Day 5, social worker. Ms. Carter. Kind eyes. Sharp questions. Asked about home. The lie. The bruise. The word messed up. Told her everything. Quiet. No drama. Facts. Miss Carter nodded. Wrote. Emily, you don't have to go back there. Where else? Rebecca knocked. Entered. She can stay with me. Temporary foster. Paperwork started. I stared. Why? Rebecca sat on bed edge. Because someone did it for me once. 17, my mom kicked me out. Said I was selfish for wanting college instead of staying home to help. A professor took me in. Gave me a room, books, belief. She's why I'm here now. Hand on mine. You're brilliant, Emily. Don't let anyone convince you you're messed up. Don't let them put out your fire. Tears came. Hot. Silent. If you want to go back, I'll understand, she said. Looked at 4. Wrist bruise from crash. Empty space where family should have been. I want different. That choice rewrote stars. 6 months later, new person. Rebecca's house in Columbus suburbs, floor-to-ceiling books, herbs on windowsills, soft jazz evenings. Guest room mine. Painted walls sage green. String lights. New school. No history. Just Emily, focused, driven, finally breathing. Rebecca, insisted on first name, opened worlds. OSU lectures. Research labs. Dinners with professors debating equity, trauma, access. Education is freedom no one can take, she said. Threw myself into school. A's became proof. Proof I wasn't messed up. She taught grant writing. Scholarships. Systems for kids who fall through. You'll do big things, she said over coffee. I see it. Thought of old house sometimes. Wondered if Ethan confessed. If Dad regretted. Mostly, let them fade. Senior year, plan formed. College, psych major. Focus, youth trauma recovery. Build programs for rejected kids. Full ride to OSU. Rebecca's rec letter, pure fire. Majored psych, minored public policy. Interned at shelters, advocacy orgs, helplines. Learned funding, scaling, real change. Graduated summa cum laude. Rebecca cried at ceremony. Whispered. So proud. At 24, launched idea. Fund for students from broken homes. Kicked out. Neglected. Gaslit. Called it Second Wind Scholarship. Rebecca co-wrote proposals. Won grants from 3 foundations. Pilot at 1 school. Then 4. Then 9. By 28, over $250,000 awarded. 68 students supported. Some texted, you kept me here. Media picked up. Interviews. Conferences. Spoke vaguely. A girl once told she didn't belong. Someone saw more. One day, colleague knocked. You're up for keynote at Convocation. Franklin University. Breath caught. That's my brother's school. Pause, tension build. Part 5, the decision to go back. Part 5, the invitation and the inner storm, 730 words. Colleague blinked. You have a brother? Not anymore, I said softly. But yeah. He graduates this spring. She sat. Want me to turn it down? Stared at scholarship stacks. 68 lives shifted. Because one woman chose me. What's the theme? Resilience. Equity. New beginnings. The president requested you personally. Said your work is what this ceremony stands for. My work. Born from being called messed up. From snow and pain and one person who stayed. Pictured Ethan in cap and gown. Grinning. Bragging about perfect family. Supportive parents. Only child. Mom and dad in crowd, proud. Clueless. Pictured myself on stage. Not yelling. Not crying. Just, seen. Need to think, I told her. That night, over takeout, Rebecca listened. They don't know I exist like this. Don't know I built anything. Probably think I'm homeless. Or gone. Rebecca set fork down. What do you want from it? Closure. Truth without venom. To show who I became, not to wound them. Because my story matters. She met my eyes. Then do it your way. Head high. Truth clear. Called colleague next morning. Tell the president I accept. Didn't see Ethan in person. But social media ghosts you. He posted nonstop. Filtered pics. Curated captions. Brunches. Study dates that looked like photo shoots. Perfect college life. Can't believe graduation's almost here. One caption, so thankful for my parents who've had my back every step. Comments flooded. You're amazing. Family goals. Your parents raised a star. Scrolled once. Morbid curiosity. No trace of me. No sister mention. I'd never existed. One post, Ethan at dinner with parents. Big smiles. Toasting. Celebrating with the two best people alive. Love you mom and dad. Dad looked older, gray creeping in. Mom tired but smiling. They looked happy. Proud. Closed app. Through old contacts, people from before the storm, I heard Ethan was pumped for graduation. Big ceremony. Friends all coming. Parents throwing after party. Keynote's supposed to be some big deal researcher, one friend posted. Should be good. Ethan replied. Those speeches are always so long, but whatever. It's my day. Smiled. Saved screenshot. Not revenge. Proof he had no idea. Wondered if he'd recognize me. 13 years changes faces. I'd changed everything. Wrote speech over weeks. Drafted. Cut. Read to Rebecca dozen times. No names, she advised. Tell story. Let them connect dots. Opened with stats, educational inequity, kids lost to family rejection. Then personal. At 16 I was told I didn't belong. That something was broken in me. That I was too damaged to keep. Practiced in mirror. Face calm. Voice steady. But someone saw potential instead of problems. Gave me a second wind. Changed everything. No tears. No rage. Just truth. Colleague handled logistics. Parking. Credentials. Name and program, Emily Harper, Director, Second Wind Scholarship. Night before, couldn't sleep. Stared at ceiling. Thought of Ethan. Dad's voice, messed up. Mom turning away. Was this right? Rebecca knocked. Came in with tea. Sat on bed edge. Second thoughts? Just thoughts. You're not the girl they threw away. You're the woman who rebuilt. Remember that tomorrow. Sipped chamomile. Will you be there? Front row. Always. Morning came fast. Dressed carefully. Navy blazer. Professional. Rebecca's mother's silver necklace, she insisted. Mirror showed confident woman. Nothing like soaked 16-year-old called messed up. Ready. Campus beautiful. Brick buildings. Green lawns. Graduates in gowns everywhere. Families snapping photos. Laughter. Excitement. Arrived early. Met president in office. Warm. Effusive. Ms. Harper, we're honored. Your work is transformative. Thank you. Colleague walked me backstage. Chaos, faculty adjusting robes, mics tested, grads peeking at crowd. Scanned program. Row 4, Ethan Harper, Bachelor of Business Administration. Heart kicked ribs. You okay? Colleague asked. Yeah. Ready. Rebecca arrived. Emerald dress. Proud smile. Hugged tight. You've got this. I know. President touched shoulder. 5 minutes. Breathed. Smoothed blazer. From wings, saw stage. Podium. Mic. Hundreds of faces. Time. President to podium. Crowd quieted. Welcome graduates, families, guests. Today we celebrate resilience, access, potential.